Minecraft is a pretty decent game, but I've always found that the reason it's so good is because it has the absurd creative freedom, which people push to its very boundaries with the cursed creations. The worst of which being maps, where people can essentially make a game inside of a game, all of which are either very unique experiences, to copies, to just very cursed yet funny games, quote unquote. And the best of which, or whatever Mojang just finds on Planet Minecraft, are placed onto Minecraft Realms, which is Mojang's extra money cash grab that they use to scam people by making a server for them, running off of their computers and doing pretty much all of the annoying stuff for you. You have 3 world slots, which is very limited, and a minigame slot. Essentially, it just lets you pick a minigame that Mojang picked out. Would this be easier to just make your own server, download a map, and then put it on the server? Yes. Would it be less risky? Yes. Is it still not worth it spending this much money on just playing this? Probably not, but by far, all of these are really well made. They're all fun, and they all have very unique everything. Examples of which being dogfight.
Uh-oh.
Dual TNT. And my favorite of which, by far, which is what this video is about, is Relics of the Deck. This game has to be one of the best experiences I've ever had on a Minecraft map. Solely because 1, I'm a weeb, 2, it's actually really fun, and 3, it's this compatibility with Realms' limited saving, limited everything, is so astonishing that it breaks free from the problem with Realms. Your world progress is saved. In other words, if you have a survival world, a creative world, a building world, all of them are saved as you switch between them. Minigames aren't saved. The problem which it makes all of them parkour maps, which just have to save your position, but they still reset you if you swap off of it. PvP maps, which sometimes have unlockables or achievements, which also get reset. And roguelikes, which obviously it's just resetting every single time, different builds. But this one, through black magic, found a way to save. Essentially, I have no clue how this works. You take a shulker box, save it in your creative hotbar, and then put it in your offhand. When you want to load your file, you do the opposite. Load what you saved and then put it in your offhand. How this works, I have no idea, but it already eliminates one thing, which is no saving, meaning they could easily take this wherever they wanted. And they did. Relics of the Deck is essentially Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Fire Emblem. It has the same aspects. Cards cost energy. All of your cards can move once per turn and can perform an action once per turn. Unlike Fire Emblem, all of these are cards, which is where that analogy comes in. The reason this is so good is because most of the other games on Realms follow either a slight twist on it or overhaul it, which is very rare and usually gets outdated. But they somehow managed to combat that, because this one saves your stuff. And naturally, a card game, and with booster packs, so you would think building a deck and then losing that would be kind of annoying, which is why the saving system's so nice. There's also way too many cards, each with their own set, like Deep Dark Deck, which is insanely annoying, Nether Deck, which sucks, Aquatic Deck, which is just weird, Village Deck, which is way too broken, and I've only read like 3 cards, but they're broken, and many others, all of which have their own unique everything. The majority of these cards either be used uniquely in their own scenarios and all their own traits. For example, flying enemies don't trigger traps. The reason that this game is so fun, though, is just the sheer versatility of it. Because you can merge these cards however you want. You can either make an all-out offensive deck, you can make a defensive deck, You can make a buff deck where you just give a frog 2 million stats of every single one. That is not a joke. You can do essentially anything. And on top of that, they even added achievements so that you could get more money or just some prestige, which normally would reset, but again, saving, making the game already better. And on top of that, the booster packs, essentially just fully selling out the card game bit, which is why the game is so much fun. It has every aspect you will want. It saves your progress, which gives you a sense of progression. It's unique and enjoyable. It's funny. It inflicts suffering on each other. It's overall a very good experience. 9 out of 10 would recommend.